Hello, welcome back to United Way 4, the match reaction. Manchester United 3, Fulham 2. It was a Fergie time winner. Again, we found ourselves 2-0 up, and then Fulham pulled us back 2-2. And then I'd say less than a minute later, we go and score the winning goal. And it's the man who's on the thumbnail, the big man himself, Benjamin Sesko. I hope that, that goal gave me confidence. I can only imagine what it's given him, because I hope he gets all the confidence he needs, because he definitely needs it. But wow. Look, before we get stuck into the video, like the video, subscribe, follow our Instagram, TikTok, link in the description below. It would be much appreciated. Wow. Look, the first half we were, defending well. We were doing well. Even in the second half. And then as soon as Fulham scored, it was sort of, okay, what will we see now for Manchester United? Because recent Manchester United was conceded a goal, even when we're winning, and our heads go down. And then when we concede an equaliser, that's it. We just sit back and, try and take the point. Whereas today, we just went for it. That's character. That goes to show that, never give up. It's something that Fergie, it's one of the reasons why we love Fergie, because he sort of, with the Man United teams he coached, he sort of nailed that into him, never give up. And that's what we had. We had such an incredible team, and that's why we were always successful. I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing I'm not saying that, I'm not comparing Ferguson to Michael Carrick, by the way. Trust me, I'm not. Trust me, it'll take a lot. I don't think we will ever compare anyone to Fergie. But yeah, look, it probably wasn't the most greatest performance that we've seen against Man City and Arsenal, but this was the game that many people were sort of worried about. This is the game that people were more nervous about, this game, that they were about Arsenal and City. And then people got a bit more nerves and a bit, jittery coming into this game, thinking we beat City, we beat Arsenal. And then these are the sort of games we fall in. We go back to dropping points, whether we lose or win. So today, even though we lost a 2-goal lead, and look, I'm sure Carrick will be happy about that, and I'm sure it'll something that will be worked on again. I think that you have to give credit to Michael Carrick. I have to turn off the slide because it's making a shitty noise and it's pissing me off, so I do apologise. Need new lights, and I've made a purchase. So look, at the end of the day, we won the match. Whether people want to talk about the way we went about it or what we done, that's fair. There were times in the game where, there's still minor things to work on, and I agree with that. But at the end of the day, we got the 3 points. I think with what the season was like, what the first half of the season was like, I think even if, if you told many Manchester United fans or any United fan, Man United are going to beat City, Arsenal, and Fulham, I think many would be like, what? We've got 9 points in our last 3 games, and we're 4th place. Let's let me have a look here. So yeah, 4th place in the league, 41 points, point ahead of Chelsea. 5 points behind Villa. Villa lost against Brentford. Brentford are 7th place. What are they doing there? So much for they're doing better under what's the new manager's name? How can I remember him? He's an Irishman. But they're doing better under the new manager than they fucking were under Thomas Frank, and they've lost more players. Fair play. So 5 points behind Aston Villa. 5 points behind Villa. Villa play Bournemouth away next Saturday. We play Spurs at home next Saturday, which the way Spurs are playing and the way we're playing, and where Spurs are, you'd fancy us to beat them. And yeah, look, I'm just happy we won. I'm happy it's not another weekend room, because when they equalised, cracking goal, by the way, from, I think it was Kevin, cracking goal. I mean, it's mad how your humour could change is crazy, I think. how your humour can change is crazy. I wait. About a minute before Sesko scores, I was fuming, bullying. I thought, here we go. The good spell didn't last, and then we go and score. And yeah, to say I didn't knock things over and push a few things around the room when we scored, I'd be lying to you, because I did. Like, I mean, it'd be very weird if he didn't go mental. But I'm just happy we won. And Casemiro, by the way, can we just talk about Casemiro, by the way? What a performance he's had. He came with the announcement last week before the Arsenal game, and some people, you're sort of thinking, well, Casemiro sort of put his feet up now, sort of like, well, I'm going in the summer, whatever happens, happens. But to be honest, a part of me never thought that. I thought, it's Casemiro. He's an incredible midfielder, regardless of what you say about him. Even before he came to Manchester United, Casemiro is an incredible midfielder. He is. I'm not being rash, but I'm on about, like, take Man United out. I'm on about just his time at Fulham. What the fuck? Real Madrid. He was incredible at Real Madrid. What he won, Champions Leagues, trophies. Real Madrid top team, especially when he was there. We had, like, there were likes of Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema. Jesus, Modric, Kroos, Ramos. Like, Jesus, Mars. I mean, come on, what a team! Like, and he was alongside that, and he makes the big decision to come to Manchester United, who, are going through. When he came in, we were fucking really down in the gutter. We lost 4-0 against Brentford and 2-1 against Brighton. He comes in, right? He wasn't playing the Liverpool game. We get a boost to beat the Scousers, and then he comes in and we go on a good run. So Casemiro, he is a top incredible midfielder, and I loved him before he even came to Manchester United. I always rated him. But yeah, I mean, look, what I'm trying to sort of get at is he was my man of the match. A goal and an assist to his name. And when he came off, you could really see the fall in the performance. Which sort of, look, Ugarte, he's just not, like, he won't be, I think, by the summer. Come the summer, he be gone. He'd be gone in the summer. I think whoever comes in, whether Carrick gets a job permanently or whoever takes a job, I don't think Ugarte will be in that team. Kobe will be. Kobe was good today. I like Kobe and Casemiro. That'd be sort of the midfield pivot. I think we'll see, and I think I'd like to see between now and the end of the season. But Casemiro, look, that's a problem for the summer when Casemiro goes. But there is a decline when he comes off, and that's something I was sort of expecting when he came off. You're sort of expected to come. Look, he got a yellow card, so we all know what happens when Casemiro gets a yellow card. It usually results in him getting sent off, and Casemiro, incredible player, man of the match. And I thought Sesko done well when he came on. Comes on, forced touch, hits the post, unlucky, and it's when Fulham went 2-2. The first thing I thought about was the Sesko chance where he hit the bar. And then I thought the Maguire penalty. Why? Stupid penalty to give Webb, by the way. I mean, look, he was sliding in, but Le Mans had it. Like, you have to trust your keeper at times. I mean, Jimenez sort of got joy against Leach and Maguire in the last 5-10 minutes. So, I mean, look, I'm literally looking at our next opponent, Serge Spurs, and they're losing 1-0 against City. So, I mean, we beat City, so surely we can beat fucking Spurs, right? So, and Spurs play a high line. But look, that's for the preview. But look, we're buzzing. We're fourth in the league. We were always focused on fifth. We're fourth. 5 points behind Villa. And you would, like, I'm just looking at our next few games here, actually. Let's have a look. So our next few games: Spurs at home, West Ham away. Just the month of February. Spurs at home, West Ham away, Everton away, Palace at home. But Palace is forced to merge. So Spurs, you'd imagine we'd win. West Ham, yeah, and Everton away, yeah, we'll have to see, But look, fair play to Carrick. I've said it after the City game. I said it after the Arsenal game. I've said it to other people, and I'll say it again to everyone else, everyone watching. What he's done since he's come in has been good. You sort of put that fight into the players, that hunger, that fire in the belly, that hunger. And the players really respect him. I mean, I love the moment between him and Casemiro at the end of the match over each other. Them sort of moments I love. I'm sure everyone else is, but maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just that sort of. Maybe I'm just a nice guy. I like them moments where you see the manager hugging the players, big smiles on the face. It sort of gets like, you can really see that the players and the manager get along, because that's what you need. You need that good connection. There's no point, having a top class manager if the players don't agree, if there's no connection there. It'd be like fucking Man City, for an example. I mean, we beat them, that's a fucking shit, but we're like having top quality players, but Pep, top manager, but they don't sort of have that. There's no connection there where you need that connection. Because over the years, you can sort of see the connection go between the players and manager. It sort of goes, they sort of play for themselves, not the manager. Where they're playing for Michael Carrick, they're playing for the badge, and that's what you want to see, that hunger, that fight. And a huge win. Huge win. I mean, we literally lost it, and then we grabbed it back. So, well, Fergie time, in Fergie time, Sesko, fair play. But I thought Cunha played well. I'd like to see him boom on the wings. I thought today he really wasn't getting joy against the Fulham defence, because he's coming up against two big man mountains. Where Sesko, as soon as he came on, we were getting that ball in, we were getting joy with Sesko. So does Carrick go back to playing? And the thing is, if he goes back to playing and boom on the wing, does that mean Amada and Boom up, they go on the wing, Sesko strikers? Does that mean then Cunha goes on the bench? I think Cunha, Cunha in his previous three games, assist against City, scored a winner against Arsenal, and scored today against Fulham. I think he'd be sort of looking at this. Hold on a fucking second. The last 3 games of made an impact somewhere, somehow, massive impact, and I'm dropped. So I don't know, man. It'd be interesting to see. But yeah, look, Sesko will have to try and have a say if he wants to play, because Carrick's not going to be the man to give you free game time. He's going to play on form, and Sesko needs to prove a thing or two. But fair play to him today. Massive goal for him and his confidence, and a massive win, even much more massive win for Manchester United. So fair play. Man United don't do it the easy way. You know what? Look, what one would you want? All right. Here's a question, and this is for you, and I'll answer. Would you prefer us to be 3-0 up, cruising, or prefer us to be drawing in injury time and then getting a late winner? Yeah, look, the adrenaline you get from scoring a late winner, but then the emotions, like you go from being pissed off 1 minute, and then a minute later you're buzzing, jumping around the place like you won $1 million. But yeah, I mean, look, you can see the stats there as well, and some would say, Fulham sort of seem to have a lot more than us. They only had a shot more than us. Same shots on target, more possession, more XG and all, but they sort of started to up the pressure when they scored the goal, when they scored the penalty. So one thing about Fulham, they are a good team. Like, they are a good team. They're not that Fulham, where you can go beat them fairly easy. I mean, they are on a good run. Look, they'd be they won't be happy with the result, but I think with how they performed today, I think they'd be happy. Especially against the Man United side who are in good form. Confidence is up. So they are a good team. Marco Silva definitely done a good job. I'm very surprised if they don't try and give him a contract extension. Whether he'd want to stay there, because he'd be looking at Fulham, they're looking for a manager. Maybe I could get myself in there, or he might look at going elsewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if that man's the next Spurs manager, for fuck's sake, the way they're going, and then ruin his career as well. But yeah, they do play some good stuff. I just think in the final third, I don't think they were as good, but solid defense, solid midfield. But again, I say about their attack, Jimenez and Kevin both scored for them, so obviously they're not that bad in attack, but quality got us over the line today, and sometimes that's all they need. Some may not be happy with the performance, some may not be happy with how we played, some may not be happy with us losing the 2-goal lead and then going on to win, making it hard for ourselves. But I think the most important thing is in the situation we're in, we have to be happy with the win. Obviously, no one's going to be pissed off that we won. I know Manchester United fans are going to be pissed off that we won. You get to some that look at it from, yeah, I know, but we won. We done what we did. People are worried that we dropped points in this game, and yeah, we nearly did, but yeah, we still won. And Spurs next. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But I'm just happy we won. But just to run you through, the league, the top four. Arsenal top with 53 points. City second with 49. They're beating Tottenham 1-0 at the time recording this. Villa third with 46 points. They lost against Brentford 1-0. And Manchester United fourth place, beating Fulham 3-2. Points 41. Chelsea a point behind. Who Chelsea playing next? Hopefully they're playing some fucking top team. Wolves away. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course, Wolves away. But yeah, look, third is an option, fourth's an option. Let's keep winning. This has been the match reaction. Manchester United beating Fulham 3-2. All thanks to a Benjamin Sesko late winner at the Stretford end. It just sounds beautiful. I'm going to watch that goal over and over again. Benji, we love you. Casemiro, you're an absolute legend. We love you too. We love them all, don't we? Let's be real here. Let's be quite frank. We love them. We do. Thanks for watching. And yeah, please like, comment your thoughts on the game. Subscribe, follow our Instagram and our TikTok link in the description below. And I shall speak to you all on the next one.